Now, something you would want to do is place more stars so that we can increase the score. And the best way to actually place the star is to create a prefab out of this. So I'm going to create a prefab right now. Inside of my prefab folder, I'm going to right-click and create prefab. Okay, and I'm going to name it star checkpoint. All right, and I'm going to drag and drop the star checkpoint inside of it. Done. Now, what I need to do is also create prefabs out of all the objects that I have. I see I have a prefab for the horizontal bar. I have one for the rectangle, but I don't have one for the cross or the triangle, neither the circle. So I'm going to do this right now. Right-click, create. The first one would be the triangle, so a prefab, and I'm going to call it triangle. Right? And now I'm going to drag and drop the triangle inside of it. Good, I have a prefab. Now let's do the same for the cross. Right-click, create prefab, and I'm going to name this prefab cross. Drag and drop the cross inside of it. Good, and finally the circle. Right-click, create prefab, and I'm going to name this one circle. All right, and I'm going to drag and drop the circle inside of it. All right, so I believe I have all the prefabs that I need, the bars, the rectangles, the triangle, and so on. That's great. Now, something else I want to do is add the stars inside of it. And the easiest way to add the stars is to go on the scene and duplicate the star checkpoint and put it inside of the object. So I'm going to click on the horizontal bars on the first one and add the star inside of it. So I'm going to take the star checkpoint and just duplicate it. So duplicate and put it inside of the horizontal bar, the first one. All right, and I'm going to put it at the top so that I can easily see it. All right, star point. Now, the best is actually to do it, and also we need to move it and see where we want to put it. So right now, the star checkpoint and the horizontal bar, it's pretty good. It's right above it, so that's good. Okay, so that's good enough. Now we can do the same for the next bar, but I wouldn't have to do that if I do this on the prefab and then apply this to all the bars. So since these that don't come from the prefab, it did not complain about it. But if I take this horizontal bar, just move it here. All right, I have the bar. Here it is. Now I'm going to create and add the star checkpoint inside of it. Take the star checkpoint and move it inside of it. Okay, and now I'm going to select the horizontal bar and click on apply. Good. So if I remove this one and I add a new star checkpoint, you'll see that it has the star as a child. Okay, so I just put it here. And as you can see, if I move it, it moves with the star. Okay, so we have the bar and the star that moves. Now I don't see the bar, so maybe the, well, hold on. I messed up. I put the star checkpoint inside. That's not what I need to do. So I need to remove the star. Okay. I need to remove the star checkpoint. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the actual horizontal bar. Okay, so I see the horizontal bar and it doesn't have the star, so I'm going to add the star inside of it. But I'm not going to add, I'm going to add the star checkpoint. So inside of the horizontal bar, here we go. No, don't replace. I don't want to replace. I want to put it inside of it. Okay, so maybe if it doesn't let me do it like this, I'm going to put the horizontal bar in the project. And now I'm going to add the star checkpoint inside of it. Okay, star checkpoint inside. All right, let me see. Right here at the beginning, so we can see it. Okay, and then click on apply. All right, I clicked on apply. Now let's look at the star. Let's look at the horizontal bar. Yeah, it has a star checkpoint. I'm just going to rename it. If they let me. Well, there's no need to rename anyway, so it won't let me. So okay. So now, if I remove this horizontal bar and I add a new one, so I select horizontal bar and I drag and drop it. Check this out. It does have the star checkpoint inside of it. So the logic works perfectly right out of the box. Okay, so I can just move it and we're good to go. So I'm going to remove the 3 horizontal bars that I have here and just add the new one that I just created. Why? Because the new one has the star inside of it. Okay, so 1, then 2, then 3. So now let me move them. I'm going to take horizontal bar 2 and move it up a little bit. So I'm going to move it right after the triangle, right here. And now I'm going to move the horizontal bar number 2 right above that as well. Okay, so that should do it. Good. Now let's add the star to the rectangle. So right here I have the rectangle, but same thing, I'm going to remove the rectangle and use the rectangle prefab. So drag and drop the rectangle prefab. Okay, and it's a bit too low, so I'm going to put it up. All right. And now what I'm going to do is add the star inside of this. So I'm going to take the star checkpoint and I'm going to duplicate it and move it inside of the rectangle. Good. And change its position to 0, 0, 0. And now check this out. By doing this, we see that the star is like right above it, but we don't want it there. We want it below. So what I'm going to do is select the star checkpoint and move it down by just clicking on W and moving it inside of it. All right, here we go. So this should be good. So I'm going to select the rectangle and click on apply so that it goes inside of the prefab. And if I look at the rectangle now, I actually don't see it there. So somehow it did not take the star checkpoint. That's not a problem. We can easily either create a new prefab out of this or move it there. So let me just remove that prefab and create a new one then. Oh, I'm looking at the triangle. That's why, not the rectangle. Let's see. Yeah, okay, so we have it. Okay, I'm sane. Everything's okay, good. So I'm going to press play and show you that I'm going to go through. Right now, there's an extra star. That's normal. So let me move it down so that you guys are not confused, because that's the original star that I keep duplicating. So let me take this star checkpoint and move it so that you guys are not confused. I'm going to move it all the way down so that it's easier. All right, at -30. Good. And now I'm going to press play. We still have an extra star. Yes, because I have an extra. So let me just remove it. All right, so we have the star, but we also have, the problem here is that the star is also moving.